Barbara Draska, how are you, girl?
You can read my lips.
I was reading your lips, which was awesome.
I swear I don't have a tan. For some reason, I show up orange on video. I'll get that
No,
fixed.
no, you look, it's the lighting. It looks great. I love it. I wish I had it because I look a little pale. So there you go.
It's all good. It's all good.
All right. Well, we are going to hand it off to you. For many of you, some of you that are here as alumni, y'all know Barbara. She started from the very beginning with us. We're so excited. And actually, I've known Barbara prior to Epic. So I've known Barbara for a while. She's an amazing Epic alumni. And she is going to be here to
E36.
David,
E36. I'm going to remember to get it for my wife.
There we go. All right. So I'm going to mute everyone except for Barbara. So that way everybody can hear, if you don't mind. Go ahead and mute. Then when we have time for questions, we can go ahead and unmute you. But Barbara, I am going to hand it off to you, girl.
Awesome. Cool. Can I make myself big screen here, or I'll just chat?
You can, and I'm going to make you a co-host, so you should be able. There you go.
Good, because I've got some videos to share too. This is being recorded, right, Deanna?
Yes, ma'am.
Good stuff. Hey, y'all. How you guys doing? Let me view the big screen here. Oh, there's Deanna's beautiful face. Let's go back to gallery view. How you guys doing? Thank you so much for letting me bring my little brand of knowledge to the Epic community. So to launch it, I should say there's a really good chance that a black cat will walk across the desk, but he's my assistant. His name is Boo. He has a purpose. So, and he'll probably start pulling the feathers off of the rooster, and I'll explain why there's a rooster in the background in a little while as we get started. I'm going to share a presentation with you, but I also want to encourage you to ask questions at the end. And there's going to be, I'm all about interactive and live. So there's going to be an interactive. I want you to put my feet to the fire, and we're going to find out how we can use bundling in your business, regardless of what you're selling, what market you're selling to, what your business model is. If you're digital, if you're physical, it doesn't matter. The concept of creating an amazing customer experience through bundling is kind of what I do. So why don't we just dive in? And if you have any questions, put them in the chat or the Q&A. I'll have Diana kind of feed them to me as we go on. So here we go. Let me share my screen here. Boom. Okay. And you got to pay attention because there will be a quiz. Not really, but I love interaction because it's exciting for me as a presenter to be able to see that people are paying attention and taking notes and interacting. So be aware. I will be asking questions and asking you to answer in the chat, and it keeps you kind of, I think we learn better when we are engaged and when we're applying what we're learning to our own businesses. So here we go. Today, we're going to talk about the power of bundling, how to charge more, add more value, and have happier customers. And that's probably in the wrong order. I probably would want to put have happy customers first, because they will pay more and they will feel like they got tremendous value when we do it right. Let me hit the present button so that gets that little thing off there. There we go. Who am I? I am Barbara Drask, and today my goal for you at the end of this presentation of this teaching is for you to discover how to leverage bundling regardless of your business, understanding the power of niching, and the 3 questions you must ask yourself to understand your buyer before you make them an offer. So first of all, I put this together for you guys. I did this early this morning, believe it or not. I go to howtobundle.com/epic. I wrote a book, The Ultimate Guide to Bundling. Go ahead and download it. It's free for you guys. And you can ask me any questions. I'll give my contact information in a bit. There we go. And I probably should tell you why you should listen to me. Hey, Dan, I keep getting that little pop-up asking me to admit people. Is that something I need to take care of? Probably not. Okay. So who am I? Why should you listen to me? My name is Barbara Draska, and I've been around for a little bit. First of all, I'm a cat mom. I love all animals, all furry animals. Cats just seem to gravitate to my life, my whole life. And I'm currently the cat mom of 2, Gizmo and Boo, my boys, and they are an integral part of my business and marketing. At first, it wasn't intentional, but it sort of happened that way. So you knew that about me. Hello? And remember, there might be a quiz a little bit later. We're going to tie this into why this is important for niche markets. I've got a background in corporate communications. I've got an education in that area. I finished up my degree, my university degree, back in '95 in Germany. in the German language. And when I moved back to the States in 96 is when I started my first physical products business, selling on Amazon or on eBay. And believe it or not, I was selling bundles. I just didn't know they were called bundles at the time. I started my publishing company, my B2B publishing company in the global energy industry in 2002. So that's when I first started my first digital business. And I produced over 36 events in the B2B and the B2C markets. And since January of 2020, I have acquired the digital assets of 5 businesses, all competitors, since 2020, and folded them into my existing digital business. And I am currently buying large quantities in my world of physical assets, liquidations from everything from store fixtures to buying out whole stores going out of business. I just took in 17,000 t-shirts yesterday on 5 pallets. Needless to say, I do not need a gym membership because I work in my warehouse. And I started on Amazon back in 2015, but immediately started creating bundles just a few months later, which skyrocketed my e-commerce income. I've since branched out to a ton of different sites, including my own website. And I opened a physical product store, a boutique in September of last year, yes, during a pandemic, with the warehouse attached. So now I have the boutique experience as well. And lastly, I teach e-commerce sellers how to increase their sales and their profitability through bundling. Deep breath. Okay, you can reach me. Give me a call, 602-888-0342. If you're an Epic member, I'm happy to, let's have a conversation. If there's anything I can help you with, just give me a buzz. I love brainstorming with cool people, and you are all cool people. So is bundling for me / you physical products business? Yes. Digital products? Yes. Do you have a service business? I.e., have you bought a landscaping company, a pool cleaning company, a window washing company? Bundling is for you. Affiliate marketing, definitely a bundling is for you. If any of you are hot and heavy into affiliate marketing, hit me up on Facebook and we can have a chat about the different affiliate. I'm usually on the top leaderboard, if not number 1, 2, or 3 on the leaderboard of any affiliate promotions that I do. So hit me up if you want to chat about how to do a bonus bundle for anything that you're marketing on the affiliate side. Agencies, absolutely. You can bundle products to increase the customer value and experience if you're an agency. And bundles are appropriate from B2B and B2C. So business to business, business to consumer. You can use bundling in a couple of different ways to increase your average order value. And my goal is, and your goal, I hope, for bundling is number 1, foremost, this should be number 1, 1A, 1A, B, and 1C, surprise and delight your customers. Everything that I do in my businesses, regardless of whether it's bundling or not, is to surprise and delight my customers. And my motto, I did not make this up, and I'm sorry, I have to paraphrase someone, I don't know who said it, but the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra. So just taking that little extra in our businesses, most times will result in surprising and delighting our customers. And you can use bundles to create funnels. So once you understand your target market and what they want and need, you can deconstruct a bundle, whether it's physical or digital products, to create a funnel with various upsells and cross-sells and downsells. And you can create various variations. And I'm actually going to show you some real live bundles that I am working on now, have worked on. I've got samples here because I love show and tell. You ever do that when you were a kid? Show and tell at school was like the exciting day, right? So we're going to have show and tell. I'm going to show you live how this works in my world. And then build niche communities. When you niche down your bundles, then you'll be able to sell more for higher because you're leveraging people's passions. So the power of niching. Hey, Deanna, before we go forward, do you have anything that I need to fix here? Audio?
No, I think you're good. I'm going to start muting a couple of people though. So guys, I apologize. I'm muting a couple of you, but there you go. You're good to go.
Awesome. I heard somebody playing bingo in the background a little while ago. That was kind of fun. Okay, the power of niching. So there are 2 types of niches in my world, passions and problems. So you're either feeding a passion or solving a problem. That's it in a nutshell. Everything you can think of in terms of identifying a niche can be put into those 2 buckets, passions and problems, in my opinion. Of course, you're going to validate your passions and problems that you want to explore with keyword research to make sure that you're really understanding those niches and making sure that it's a niche that has space for you to operate in. And then you want to look for niches where you can combine high volume keywords. I call these mashups. So a great niche for me is a niche that feeds a passion, solves a problem. Those are a mashup of two different things. And I'll show you some examples of mashups in a little bit. So how do we discover profitable niches? During your research to find businesses to acquire and find assets to acquire, you're going to stumble across niches that you did not know existed. And I'm going to show you some funny niches that I just stumbled across and now am selling to. And it was completely random. And in fact, buying my liquidation products, I run across niches I didn't know existed until I find these liquidation deals. I'm like, wow, people really buy that? And in a minute, I'm going to show you the 3 questions you have to ask to validate whether or not a niche is good for you. So Pinterest, Etsy, Amazon, eBay, Google, Facebook groups, Reddit, Instagram, brick and mortar stores, wander into a Barnes and Nobles and look at Niche Magazine, and then perusing supplier websites. Oh, and another one I didn't put on here. I love auctions. I buy at auctions a lot. So auctions is a great place, even if you just go to auction sites and just look at the different businesses that are liquidating and look at the different products that are being liquidated. You can get ideas for niche markets just by looking at those products and seeing what the most popular ones, the ones that are being bid up a lot. So here are the 3 questions. Go ahead and take a screenshot. The 3 questions you must ask yourself and your team in order to understand your buyer. And by the way, your bundles do not start with products. They start with the target market. And the better that you can understand your target market, if you had like 3 hours to create a bundle, I would suggest you spend 2 hours of that time understanding your target market before you decide what products to put or services to put into that bundle. The better that you understand that, the lower your ads costs will be, the higher your conversions will be to sales. So understanding your customer comes way before touching any product. So here's what you ask yourself. Number 1, who's buying these types of products? Who the heck would buy this? Have you guys ever seen something being sold anywhere online in a store and you're like, who the heck would buy this? And then you realize people really are buying this, right? And then the sub question to that is, well, who else is buying this? And that gives you some cross-market ideas. And I'll give you a live example of a product that I created a bundle out of, and then just stumbled across a completely different niche market for the same bundle. Let me write down a note here so I can make sure to share that bundle with you. And then the next one is, okay, now that you understand who is buying this, you want to understand why they're buying it. What passion is that product feeding? Or what problem does it solve? And once you understand why they're buying it, then you can start looking at the different products or services to bundle together in order to better feed their passions or better solve their problems. And like I said, with mashups, hopefully you're doing both. And then when you answer what else could they need or want, you're creating an experience with that bundle, but you're also creating a bundle that you can deconstruct to put into a funnel where maybe you're selling them one product up front, but then the rest of your funnel is upselling and cross-selling them other products that I want them to say, here's what I want them to say, shut up and take my money when they see your bundle. Oh my God, yes, I want this. Because you've so dug into their psyche and their needs and their desires before you've offered them product that it's almost a hit when you say, most of the time, they're just going to say, oh my God, I have to have this. I have to have this, because you know why they're saying yes before you offer them a product. So how about some live examples? You guys want some live examples? All right. So I've got 2 examples. Types of examples I'm going to show you. One is some slides I put together of products I literally just got in last week from a new supplier, and then I'll stop the screen share and show you some real live bundles in my hands on my desk. So I can give you as much fodder as I can during this time we have together to get your inspiration going, to get your brain juices going on applying these principles to your business. So first of all, can anybody tell me the name of my black cat? Say it in the chat. Let's see if you guys are paying attention. If you were first on, I know a bunch of you are going to get it. What's the name of my black cat? I know Deanna's going to get it.
Boo!
Now, here's the cool thing about Mr. Boo. That little guy showed up a year and a half ago on my back patio. Somebody had tossed him out. He was skinny, he was malnourished, he was desperate for love and attention, and he was terrified. And I promised I was just going to foster him. He was a complete foster fail. His personality just melted my heart. And then I come to discover that a couple things. One, black cats around Halloween, people like to adopt them because some people do not very good things to black cats, I'm sorry to say. And it was about October, September, when I was making the decision to find a family for him. The other thing I learned is that a lot of shelters, the biggest amount of cat coat colors that they have unadopted are black cats. So they are the least adopted animal. That was a better way of saying it. Sorry. The least adopted color coat for whatever reason. And I thought, well, I can't. Yeah, he fits. He fits. So I made the executive decision to add him to my family, and it's been wonderful ever since. Another thing I discovered was the black cat niche. There are people who love black cats.
I have another problem.
Who has such a personality. I started like taking videos and posting a bunch of stuff. Boo has a following now where people will ask, oh my gosh, you're Boo's mom. How's Boo doing? And eventually they'll say, oh, Barbara, how are you doing today? And I'm totally okay with that. I love that Boo has a following and has his own love coming from multiple sources. And apparently there are a lot of people who just love black cats. So I found these mugs from a new supplier. They came in last week, 7 pallets of these kinds of things, niche products last week, and all with black cats on them. And on the left-hand side, you'll see this is a bundle that I conceptualized and put together, just threw it together real fast. Black, cats on a baby blanket or a pet blanket, and a cute little eyeglass holder, sunglass holder, a little black cat pin, some black cat socks, and a wine glass, or I could put one of these mugs with it. But this cat mom shirt, this is the interesting part of this bundle because they're size related. So now I've got variations: small, medium, large, extra large, 2XL, 3XL. But the other part is this shirt is customized. So I bought the shirts ready-made with the word cat mom and the pink whiskers on it. But there's no way to kind of zoom in here, but the black cat on it is actually vinyl, heat pressed vinyl. So we bought a heat pressed vinyl heat machine here to be able to add customization to products as an added value, especially during Q4. And we just printed out a glittery black cat, and it's real sparkly, and then put that on the cat mom shirt that we bought liquidation. So I'm getting the prices I'm getting on all of these products are liquidation prices, sometimes 90% off of regular wholesale prices, sometimes even more. And all of these items here were liquidation. So some of you are probably asking, well, what happens when you run out of the product? That's okay. Liquidation allows me to test bundle concepts without paying top dollar. And then if something hits, I can go and manufacture all of these items on my own. Make sense? So this is a gift box for cat moms. What did we just have on Sunday? Mother's Day. This was the gift box we created for cat moms for Mother's Day. So I'm feeding a passion for cat moms, but in here, I'm also solving problems. So this, I don't know if you can see my little pointer here, but the blanket is actually for the cat. So I'm creating the experience in the cat mom's mind. She's wearing the t-shirt. Now, when I'm validating what I'm going to put in this bundle, she's wearing the t-shirt and she's got her little cat socks on. She's sipping a glass of Merlot as her kitty cat is cuddled up on that blanket on her lap. So you see, I'm putting myself, which is not too far from reality in my world, actually, but I'm putting myself in the mind and in that environment to create the experience in their mind of why they would buy this. And by the way, the secondary market for this is not a cat mom. It's somebody who has a cat mom in their life. So a friend of mine potentially would buy this for me. Make sense? Okay, more products I just got in. These really cool flasks and these birthday themed glass wine glasses. We put it together with a flask that holds an entire bottle of wine. It's this little collapsible flask. together with the this metal flask, the wine glass for per age, and then we put a bag with it that holds the wine bottle. And here's why we did it the way we did it, is one, it's niched to women turning 21 or 30, 40, or 50, okay? That little flask thing is just fun. So when you make people smile, you're one step closer to for them buying something from you, if you can tickle their funny bone. And then the collapsible wine, let's say they're going to a sporting event and they want to take a whole bottle of wine with them, that little collapsible wine thing in the back with the red, that will allow them to do that. And then I asked myself, okay, what else do they need? So this is being given as a gift to somebody who's turning 21, and you're probably going to give it with a bottle of their favorite wine. So instead of having to go out, that buyer of this bundle having to go out and buy a gift bag for the wine, we do that little extra. Remember, the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra. We do that little extra by putting that gift bag for the wine bottle in there as well, to make it a ready-made gift minus the wine bottle. Make sense? Okay. I know I'm going fast, but you can ask questions. These are just a couple we did for Mother's Day. These were a combination of wholesale and liquidation products. I bought out an entire 5 pallets of all of these, a bunch of different bath kits. They cost me $1 each. They were $9.99 in the stores. So I had 5 pallets of those. I just flipped a bunch of those. 2 pallets are going out the door tomorrow, being picked up to another reseller. And we just put these together with a motivational mug and a cute hand lotion in an organza bag. And the packaging, by the way, is one of those little extra things I do with the physical products that make it just that little extra. And then this was wine glass and with another one of these little flasks in an organza bag with one of those vino flasks. And then flamingos, love the flamingo market because people are crazy about flamingos and crazy about other birds. I have a bird on my desk behind me, and I will show you in a minute another bird niche market that people are crazy about. So this hits people going to the beach. So there's a beach towel, there's a beach bag, there's a matching wallet, there's those cute socks, flocking fabulous, and does you recognize this? One of those little kits we got for 25 cents. Adds to the value of the flamingo themed summer beach bundle. Whew, take a deep breath. This is coming up, Father's Day. Just got these in. So here's where the interactive part comes in, guys. Let's test your 3-question implementation. Who would buy these mugs and why? And what else could they use with this mug that you could create a bundle out of? Let's go ahead and open up the chat and do some brainstorming. What would you put with these mugs to make them like a slam dunk, shut up and take my money Father's Day gift? Deanna, do you want to field some?
Yeah, so you've got different people that are posting, bundle with tools, a hammer. I mean, you could do, I was thinking like you'd even do like a bag of coffee. So there's different, what else? Yeah, so Maya, thank you, bundle with coffee. Kids would buy, wives could buy beer koozie, tool belt, t-shirt, socks.
Good. Socks, good. All right, so now I'm gonna transport every single one of you into a dad bod. I don't care what gender you are, what age you are now a dad, right? And you've got a snarky 13-year-old daughter who just wants to buy you something that she can post on Instagram and laugh at you at, right? So she gets you this sawdust is man glitter mug, and she wants to be able to take a selfie with you with this mug in your hand. Now picture that selfie. There's you and the dad bob with the mug and your daughter next to you. What would finish that photograph?
Yuri says a 6-pack.
I love that.
Glitter. Maya says glitter.
Right? Or hammering stuff as a man cheap. How about a t-shirt that says the exact same thing as the coffee cup? That's exactly what we're going to do. So we've got these gray t-shirts that I bought on liquidation of different sizes for men. And we're going to put that saying on the t-shirt so that 13-year-old daughter has a picture of dad holding the mug, right? With maybe like a little tool set that she bought him, wearing the t-shirt that says the same thing.
Oscar had a good one. He said a hat, which is awesome. That's a good idea too.
Ooh, yeah. And even if you've got a hat heat press, you could heat press that same saying on the hat. It doesn't have to be the same. I'm just trying to give you ideas, and you're giving me ideas too. I love the coffee thing. What else can we put with, if we were going to do a coffee bundle? What if we could find coffee that was in the shape of, I don't know, how about a toolkit? How about the packaging? How about the packaging that the coffee and the mug came, had printed on the outside, it made it look like one of those old-fashioned toolboxes. So now the packaging becomes part of the gift. See how that works?
Or you
All right,
could do like you could even do like the tool belt, and you put the packages of the coffee in the tool belt or something like that.
And snacks. How about dad snacks?
Mm-hmm.
How about a bunch of dad snacks, like, you know, beer nuts, and if you like spicy, do a bunch of spicy packs together, package that together with the therapy, or with the, the therapy, with the mug that says therapy, whatever. Okay, so I want to invite you guys to download the ebook. I've just put it up this morning for you. You can contact me here. We're going to go to live Q&A. I'm going to show you after I stop sharing the screen. Go ahead and take a quick screenshot of this. So you've got my phone number, and you can contact me and we can have a chat. I'm going to stop sharing the screen, and ready? Show you some live stuff. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. I've got you as speaker mode. Deanna, can you guys see me full screen so that you can see?
We can see you.
You can see me. Okay, good.
Yep.
So let's talk niche markets. Remember, I promised to tell you about another bird market. I bought this in an auction for $12.50. It's a real live rooster. Yes. Well, he's not live anymore. I can't leave him out anymore because Boo keeps pulling off his feathers. He pulls off his feathers, walks around the house, but it's a live rooster. So I thought, okay, well, remember that first question? Somebody yell it out in the chat. What's the first question we ask when we pick up something like this? What do we ask? Who the heck would buy something like this? Well, I bought it because it's just cool. But what I found out, there's a whole following of roosters, rooster people, right? So there are people who breed roosters. There are people who dress up their roosters, right? There are people who have hens that lay eggs, and there's products for those people who go in and eggs out, right? Anybody who's got a farm, anybody who has a farmhouse look decor in their kitchen, for example. Mm-hmm. So there's all these niche markets around this hen. And it all started from just seeing something and asking the first question, who the heck would buy this? And then why are they buying it? Are they feeding a passion or solving a problem? They could be both. It could be, if it's, I saw on Pinterest, somebody had, or Etsy, somebody had created this thing you put around your waist, an apron, but with little padded pockets that the woman would go into the coop, pull the eggs out and put them in the padded pockets. And there was like, pockets all over the darn thing. So does it solve a problem for that person? Yes. And does it feed a passion? Yes, because it was a really cute apron. So and it's for hens, people who love hens. So you've got that mashup of passion and problem. Let's keep going. Another passionate market I discovered next to my boutique is a dance studio for little girls. So of course I put in the window facing that studio a whole display of things that little dancers would like and their moms. And so I start looking for liquidation stuff. What can I feed to this market to test it out? And I found this really cute dance bag, but it's nice, high quality. It's embroidered on it, dance, and it's a little backpack. But then I wanted to bundle something with it. So discovered these adorable mugs. They're tumblers with dance, gymnastics, and cheer written on it. Okay, and they're double-walled tumblers. That will go with this. Now, remember earlier I said that we were doing something a little bit added extra, queuing up for Q4 to add what kind of type of product to our product mix. Do you remember what I said? I bought a heat press, personalization. So we can sell these with the dancer's name on it, but what is a niche market in the dance community? Same in the soccer community, or how about dance moms? So what we'll do is we'll heat press vinyl on this mom, and this will be our dance mom gift bundle. Make sense? So again, a passionate niche market. And then, now we all love dogs, right? We all love animals. So love the dog market, but I approach it a little bit differently. I approach it from a niche perspective. If you're going to sell to the pet market, you've got to niche it down. You can't, it's very difficult to just say, oh yeah, these are dog treats and be able to get leverage in that market. So what we did was we found these t-shirts already printed. Dogs make me happy. But then we found vinyl stickers of a bunch of, or I'm sorry, we found printouts that we can print on our vinyl machine of different breeds, and they're glittery. And then we put that, we iron it on to the center of the O. Oops, that's not really the center, but we'll iron that on there. So it says dog makes me happy, but now who's my target market for that shirt? Can you recognize what the silhouette of that dog is?
A dachshund.
It is dachshunds, which is, if you guys, here's your homework afterwards, go to YouTube and type in dachshund. There's a celebrity dachshund with, I think, 2.4 million followers. His name is Crusoe. 2.4 million. I think at last check. He's got his own blog, his own apparel, his own everything. Huge following. So of course I went all in on the dachshund market, and then we'll put a bundle with it. Now think about the deconstructed bundle. So let's say you're selling the t-shirt, and instead of putting together the t-shirt and the wallet and some other things with dachshunds on it, you'll sell the t-shirt, but your upsell will be the cute wallet with the dachshunds on it. And then your second upsell is, but wait, don't just get one color. Don't choose between blue, gray, and cream. You can get them all for X amount. And that's your deconstructed bundle. So basically you're taking the end result bundle and you're deconstructing it to put it in a funnel. Okay, so there are multiple ways that you can approach selling the bundles, but the very most important thing is understanding why somebody is buying it in the first place. Who are they? What are their needs? What are their passions? And what problem are they trying to solve?
So Barbara, quick question. Do you do both? Curious. Do you do it both ways to see which is better? Like, do you create the bundle, sell the bundle, and you also deconstruct it and sell them individually that way?
So I haven't hired anybody to do funnels for me yet.
Oh, I was just curious because I'm like, I can see you running them simultaneously and that being a really great test model.
For me, it's a manpower issue. I admit it. I haven't hired anybody to do bundles. But what I do is I'll test a bundle before I create like 1,000 of these. I will simply put this up on Facebook and test it out. And I'll test out the different breeds and then build on demand. And that's how I test them. And then when something hits, like the autism market hit really big for me. I bought 13,000 leggings of a company that went out of business, but not because of the quality of the leggings, because she had some issues with a divorce, etc. So I bought all of her stuff. And there were cases of these buttery soft leggings with colorful puzzle pieces on it. I had no idea what that was until about 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, when I saw on my Facebook feed, it was Autism Awareness Month, and the image was the same on the leggings. So I put them up on Marketplace, sold. I don't even need to bundle those, but it made me aware of the autism market. So now I'm going deeper on the autism market, and everybody who ordered, and it was just on Facebook Marketplace, I would ask, hey, what other things do you like or do you buy in the autism market? And the number one was apparel. So now we're going to do apparel for the autism market, which we can bundle together with the leggings. And then I'm going to run out of the leggings eventually, so I'm going to have to go produce them on my own, which is okay. Now that I've validated that market by using a liquidation product. And the leggings I paid 38 cents for, and they retail for $22. Yeah, it's a liquidation. It took me a while to kind of get it established, but now that people know me, now I'm getting calls. The 17,000 t-shirt, oh, I didn't tell you about that. That came in yesterday. They came to me, so it's kind of cool. So anyway, another niche market I love. I love mid-century modern. I love vintage RVs, and I love gardening and birds. Does this hit me on all levels? This is a birdhouse in the shape of a vintage RV, right? So there's so many different things you can bundle with this, but that it hits me on a passion level on 3 different ways. You've got a hyper mashup with the RV, mid-century modern. The aqua is a really popular color in mid-century modern. You can tell from the wall behind me. And then anybody who loves birds, all right? And then you can niche this even further by marketing it as a hummingbird, because that's a well keyword trafficked niche is hummingbirds. Okay.
So, hey,
So-
Barbara, real quick before I forget, hit me or Bailey up because we have a member that actually does her whole business is van life, is van living. And
I need to talk.
yeah, and her whole business is van. She lives in her van. She has a mastermind. She's very successful, but she lives in her van, and everything is van life, and that might be
Well, I didn't
perfect
connect
model for you.
lives in her van and not successful at all.
No,
I think
no,
it's
I'm
brilliant.
saying she
Yeah.
literally, and she's got a massive following. She does blogs, but she's teaching people how to live a van life and to be like,
And I need to talk.
yeah.
I'm
So
ready to
connect
buy,
me and
I'm
Bailey.
ready to
Yeah,
buy a Ford Transit, a high
yeah,
top. Like I'm
She-
like right now ready to buy one. So
yeah.
super
Let me connect you with her because that's her whole niche is the van life.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you for that. Okay, dog market. We're back to the dog market again. So just to make sure you guys are paying attention, what dog market am I going hot and heavy into? Put it in
Dachshunds.
the chat. Dachshunds, right. So I got this liquidation deal of these really, really cute. They're ponchos. They're ponchos. Cute little poncho. And there's 5 different colors. And I only bought the small and the medium because I haven't validated this, but I'm guessing that people with small dogs are more likely to dress up their dogs than people with giant dogs. I could be wrong, but I just wanted to test it with the small and the medium. 5 different designs. The first bundle is one size, all 5 designs together. The next bundle is, here's a niche market for this. So I have a baby blanket brand. So I have 4 designs, male and female, with kind of animal prints on them. So the niche for this is to dog breeders. So the people who are breeding dogs and people are buying them $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 for a dog, they send them home with something called a puppy pack, where they get a blanket and they rub it on the mama, okay, to get the mama's scent, and they send that home with the puppy to the new puppy parents, along with some other things like samples. It's basically a bundle they send home. So I wanted to get my blankets into that. So what I did was found a liquidation deal of a grooming kit for dogs that had really nice product in that, but the packaging stunk. It was terrible. So the private label product and their marketing was terrible too. So it just tanked because of the packaging. So I bought them all, took the great tools out of the packaging, and then bought packaging in the form of this, which is a drawstring backpack, just like the dance one, okay, with little puppy prints on it. Put the tools in here, and we're marketing it as a puppy pack with the blanket. And then remember that added piece that we just started adding a few weeks ago? We will customize, that's Gizmo, my Gizmo cat name. We will customize the dog's name on it, the puppy's name. But our primary target market is breeders, because we want to be their solution for puppy packs. And if you guys go on Etsy, you'll see puppy packs selling for 70, 80, $100, depending on what's in them. Really nice ones. The junk ones are going for like $39, $49, but they have really thin, blankets. And we want to do premium, because the people who are buying these puppies are paying thousands of dollars for it. So we want to give them an experience with that puppy pack where they say, wow, this is amazing. And of course, we'll have our branding in there and our website. So if they want more things for their puppies, they can come back. All right, another niche market. We did puppies. And I'm going to give you guys some practice with a product here. So give me a second. So yesterday, 17,000 of these came in, and it is black t-shirt, right? Black women's t-shirt. They fit medium and large. And so I already found an Alibaba supplier for about 70 cents. I can buy heat transfers to put on these. So what we'll do is we'll use placeit.net and mock up some ideas and use Facebook to test out concepts to put on the snarky designs or whatever. We're not sure what niche markets yet, but we'll probably start with the dachshund market and chicken market and the markets the RV market, like the vintage RV, the glamper market I really like. So we'll try some images on these that I really, that allow me to test out those niche markets. And let's say the glamper market hits and 3 designs hit in the glamper market, then I would potentially put together a bundle of the ultimate decoration kit for a night, a vintage glamper, where we'd have some things they hang on the wall, or it could be a wine glass with the wine experience with the t-shirt, some socks. Picture them sitting outside their glamper with their feet up, their t-shirt on, their sockies on that say Glamper Life, etc. So that will be the bundle for this. But we'll use these. These were 48 cents. 48 cents. 100% pre-shrunk cotton. So I'm using the things I'm getting liquidation to test out new markets, new niche markets, and then I can build bundles in those niche markets once I test them out. Does that make sense? Okay. And then in terms of packaging, that little added value, you can use subscription. Oh, by the way, everything we're talking about here today can be applied if you have a subscription box business or want to acquire one or start one. We're talking about creating bundles and that as a subscription box. If you did a subscription box for ladies who have cats, there's actually one out there that I get, a cat lady subscription box, believe it or not, or Dachshund Lover subscription box. It's basically bundling, but every single month you give them a different bundle. So as long as you do, what did I say? If you had 3 hours to conceptualize a bundle, what is the first 2 hours supposed to be? Put it in the chat. What should you be spending the most of your time on? Understanding your customer, your target market. Get inside their head. Sit there, sit back like you're wearing the t-shirt or like you're drinking the wine, right? And put yourselves in there. That's a market. Thank you very much. Put yourselves in their shoes. Okay. So another, instead of just putting it in a poly bag, I love organza bags. It gives a little bit extra flair. And then our t-shirts are bundled in the organza bag. So they're not just put in a poly bag and shipped out. We'll roll it up and put it in the organza bag inside with the other bundle items, because we want to surprise and delight our customers. That's my number one goal. I don't know if you remember, like the first slide I put up was surprise and delight your customers, because then they'll come back over and over, and it's a whole lot less expensive to keep a customer than it is to get a new one. Okay, so here is practice time. You ready? Can you guys see my full screen? Because I'm seeing Oscar Luna on it. Okay, ready?
No,
it's practice time. Get your fingers out on your keyboard. Here we go. I bought this for $3. I love going into, don't judge, Dollar General, a Dollar Tree, and 99-cent store, because they change their items all the time, seasonal, and I get so many crazy cute ideas from going to those places. So this came from Dollar General for $2.99. You ready? The number one question is, who's buying this? Set of wine glasses. And on it, it says hers and his, but look at the image. Who's buying wine glasses that say hers and his with skulls on them? Who's buying them? Answer in the chat. Who's buying them? Let me get in the chat here so I can interact with new weddings guests. Here we go. New weddings guests. Gothic peeps, Day of the Dead, Hispanic market, bikers, young couples in the goth niche, newlywed wine drinkers. I love it. So that newlywed wine drinkers, because it's got a skull on it, I'm going to challenge you to niche that down. Like goth people, Day of the Dead, rockers, right? So would we sell this just at Halloween? That's a trick question. No. You know why? Let's do a mashup. I'm going to challenge you guys tonight. Here's another piece of homework, to go on Google and type in goth wedding, and also search for mermaid wedding and unicorn wedding, and any niche you can think of. There are themed weddings out there. Now, what if you could sell these as a gift to the bride and groom, but then you're only selling one. What if you sold these with, what would you put with these? Remember, it's who would buy this and why, and what else would they like?
Yuri says black candles or wedding favors.
Ooh. Now, could these be wedding guest favors? So do you know how much money people spend on weddings, right? So what if instead of giving them, a little bag of chocolates or whatever at each of the place settings, they actually you market these as gifts to the wedding guests. so that each wedding guest gets this thing. And then it might come with a photo album in the package, right? A photo album here that's about that. I'm pointing out, sorry. That's about that size. That they can, and maybe an instant camera. They now have these little mini instant cameras that you take a picture and automatically prints it like a Polaroid, but it's smaller, where they can make their own. So you want to brainstorm. How can I make this into an experience for the wedding guests? So now you're selling 100 at a time, or 50 at a time, or it could just be for the bridegroom and bridesmaids, right? So you're selling 6 or 10 at a time. So think about who's buying this, why are they buying it, and what else would they buy? But then also on that second question, try to find a secondary market for it. And that brings me to the last example I wanted to remind myself to share with you. So I had these hand puppets years ago. We bought these hand puppets and they were really cute animals. They were lions, tigers, bears, frog, just super cute, pig, bit fluffy. And they were the big ones that you could put your fingers in, make the mouth move. Awesome. So of course we did a bundle with those, but here's what we did to kind of lock it down and make it special. We created an adoption certificate that the child could fill out. Hi, my name is Bobby, and I've adopted these animal puppets and their names are, and then the child would fill out the names of the puppets. So we made it interactive for the child, but then we made the packaging part of the experience. Remember, we want to make bundling an experience. You want them to not just get stuff and say, oh, cool, I got stuff. It's like, oh my God, this is so cute, and tell their friends and family. So we printed the box so that on the outside, it looked like air holes, like you were adopting these animals. And then on the inside, it was a tuck tab box. Sorry. When you unfolded it, it was a stage. So now the kids could play with that stage on the backdrop, and it was printed in black so they could color it in, right? So now this kid is having experience, but our target market for that was not necessarily moms and aunts and grandmoms. It was also the therapy market, right? So the teacher market. So kids who had maybe developmental challenges and they were using the puppets, and this was an accident. One of the customers told us they used it because their son had difficulty communicating. And she said this helped him, which was really cool. I didn't realize that part of it. But here's the secondary market for that. Completely other market, which is why on question number 2, who's buying this and why, you also want to ask who else is buying this on question number 1. Who else would buy those puppets? So I had them out somewhere, I don't know, a garage sale, or a customer was in my garage or something. And she said, oh my God, I need some of those. My dad plays golf. I wasn't putting it together. It's like, they're puppets. Yeah. He puts them on his golf clubs to protect his golf clubs. Like, so she left and I ran to Goodwill and I bought a big wood golf club thingy. I know nothing about golf, and a smaller metal one, right? And I took them home and I put those puppies on there, and darn it if they didn't fit. So I had a whole new bundle of just the 6 puppets marketed to the golf community. So think about the things that you're selling and how they can be marketed to a completely different vertical market. I know I didn't cover, I wanted to cover more, but I know we're getting close on time here. Let's dig into questions. How can I help you guys?
All right, who has questions? I mean, this was awesome, Barbara. Like, I really love it. I saw everyone's wheels turning as I was watching people on the screen. So
now I want to be clear to illustrate that it's not just, bundling is not just for physical products businesses. If you've got a digital business, a service company, an agency, anything, hit me up. I will brainstorm with you how to create bundles that will increase your average order value, bring customers back for more, have them referring more people to you because you've approached your target market completely differently than all of your competition. Doesn't matter what industry you're in, please hit me up if you've got questions that don't apply to physical products, or do it in here.
Cool. So, all right. So you got several different questions here, but does anybody want to unmute and ask your question live? Go ahead.
Yeah, I do.
Go ahead.
So the question I have is, how do you apply this to a wholesale distributor? So in particular, like right now I'm looking at a bakery. It's a wholesale bakery. They focus on bagels and that sort of thing. So the end customer is, their resellers, their restaurants, their businesses, hotels, that kind of thing. How would you approach bundling with them?
Okay, so for the B2B market, thank you for asking that, by the way. Appreciate that. For the B2B market, you would use bundling to teach their customers how to sell more to their customers. So you are the bakery owner, and let me use a real life example. I've got a liquidation supplier who knew nothing about bundling, and I taught him how he could sell me more. So now when he presents me with a product, he says, and we also have these other two things that might go well together. So if you're the owner of that bakery, you can use the understanding of bundling to teach those restaurants how to sell more to their end users by bundling some of your products together. Does that help?
That was great. Vivek actually had a question. Vivek says, curious your thoughts on market testing by bundling with another seller's product.
So that's murky water. When you say another seller's product, I'd need to know if it's a branded product, if you're trying to get around Disney's rules of not reselling their stuff on Amazon, for example, or eBay by bundling their stuff with something you have. So I'd need to know what the other seller's product is.
Yeah,
But
so I'm coming at it from a services business. Sorry, I'm coming at it from a services side, but I'm actually curious on the product side, how you approach it. So thinking about pricing, thinking about contractual agreements, stuff like that. So it's not necessarily the actual product you have and the actual product they have, but just curious how you think about a potential partnership. And I'm thinking about it only from a market test perspective to help you not spend money or me not spend a ton of money in the beginning. Does that make sense?
Sort of. I work really good with specifics. So if you could tell me share me a specific, I could do a better deep dive. But generally, the answer to your question would be, I love testing things without putting a lot of money into it. I buy liquidation, or I will test a concept by running Facebook ads to a service bundle or a product bundle to see if I get any hits. And then I go source it.
Okay.
So you can test without investing a ton of money. Does that make sense?
Got it. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
And if you want to, message me, just find me on Facebook, Barbara Draska. You got my last name on the screen.
I got it. Yeah.
And we can have a quick chat, and you can tell me specifics, because that's where I can sort of let go.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Hey, Barbara, Carl wants to know, are you using Amazon for distribution on this?
Yes and no. So here's how I test on Amazon. So at first, I test on Facebook Marketplace because I get more immediate results. So that the leggings never even made it onto Amazon. Just never even made it onto Amazon because they're selling on Facebook Marketplace like fire. I don't need to try anything. I don't even need to pay ads. So when something hits, then I'll expand out to probably a higher price bundle, merchant fulfill on Amazon. So I don't have to invest in a bunch of inventory. Again, I kind of ease my way into creating a bundle. So I can test and then tweak things and then test and tweak and really dial it in. Then I will put it up on Amazon fuller force. But I don't start the testing on Amazon unless it's merchant fulfilled. That makes sense? Amazon did some things last year. We all know if we're Amazon sellers, they shut off our ability to send stuff in when the pandemic hit. They throttled back our IPI, our ability to send in inventory. So I am more cautious with Amazon as a partner. Yes, I do sell on Amazon, but not exclusively. And I use them to test. In the end, I'm building businesses. I'm building micro brands to sell, which means they have to have more assets than just I'm an Amazon seller. I'm not an Amazon seller. I'm an e-commerce seller that uses Amazon as just one of the platforms to increase the value of my business through whatever assets I can use of Amazon's that doesn't hurt the other assets. Make sense?
Yeah, thanks a lot. Just to follow up on that, so I'm guessing that you sell a lot of products through Facebook, but you probably also have a website. And then as far as fulfillment, are you doing, or do you have someone in-house that does a warehouse and shipping with FedEx or something like that? Or
I'm cringing at that question. Right now, it is unusual times. My website for the boutique, where I have a lot of my test products and test bundles and wholesale lots, is blueunicornboutique.com. And I believe I can't teach something unless I've done it. So I rented this warehouse, not knowing how to run a warehouse. I rented the boutique, not knowing anything about setting up a boutique, so I could learn from the ground up and then be able to teach it to people who follow me. So you go to blueunicornboutique.com. It's a Shopify store. It's not pretty. It's not perfect, but it's part of the testing. And I refine things. I try to jump in and get something done and then refine it on the way, as I learn things. The other part of your question was, do I have help? I do not have help. I am unloading pallets and reloading pallets to send out the door. I sell to other e-commerce sellers. So I'll flip a certain amount of like those t-shirts I got. I'll flip a certain amount of those, but I'll be building the pallets back there. That was not planned. It is definitely not part of my ideal business model. But during the age of COVID right now in Arizona, finding people who can show up has been proven to be a challenge. Thank you for asking. It is a weakness in my business right now, but I'll get it fixed.
thank you. Thanks.
Quick follow on to that.
Yes.
When you're doing FBA, fulfillment by Amazon, are you having to purchase from Amazon, or are you literally just using them to ship out what you're selling elsewhere?
Am I having to purchase what from Amazon?
Your puppets, your leggings, whatever. If you're fulfilling through Amazon, does that mean the purchase has to be made on Amazon?
The Amazon's, if I want to sell on Amazon, their customers would be purchasing my products. I don't purchase my liquidation or wholesale products or private label products from Amazon. I get my products.
To clarify, I know
Yeah.
people had previously been listing items on eBay and then shipping them out from Amazon. That's what I meant.
So you're asking if I use Amazon FBA as my fulfillment for
Right.
all Amazon sales, and that would be a no. eBay and
Okay.
Amazon are having a battle against that. I don't want
Right.
my account to be put at risk because the two powers that be and Walmart as well are having an issue with whether or not they allow Amazon to fulfill products. If something comes in, if an order comes in from any platform, I fulfill it.
Okay, so are you using any kind of 3PL, or it's all you?
It's sadly all me right now.
Good luck.
But you know what? It's okay. I organize my time. It's a little bit slower time of the year. I am positioning myself all summer to have the products coming in from, pre-placed my Q4 orders. So I will have the staff I need to create those bundles and fulfill orders when Q4 hits. I'm taking the summer to conceptualize new bundles, explore niche markets, and put my ducks in a row. So fourth quarter will be even better than last year. Thank you for asking. It is a weakness in my business. Hiring right now is a weakness in my business. I admit it.
Just one more question.
Please.
Where are you finding these liquidation sellers? Because this is something I've been looking to get into, but I see so many pros and cons of just Googling them.
So look, when somebody says liquidation, buying liquidation, what you mean by buying liquidation, what I mean might be two different things. The liquidation market is can be very dicey if you don't know what you're doing. And I approach it by having a very strict set of criteria for the types of products I buy. I do not buy used products. I don't buy fidget spinners, like outdated, the things that are off trend. I only focus on niches. Only. Everything that I buy has to be in a passionate niche market. And it has to be something that I can already start thinking in my head, who buys this and why and what else do they buy? Who buys this? Why? What else do they buy? One more time. Who's buying this? Why? What else do they buy? And that's
how do you find a reputable supplier, a liquidation supplier?
Yeah, it's relationship building. It just comes from, it started for me by going to trade shows and just having conversations. Google liquidation, not so much, because I don't want to buy from where everybody else is buying.
Exactly.
So I wouldn't Google liquidation if I were you. I would Google, remember, what are you going to spend 80% of your time doing up front? Identifying fanatical niche markets. Right. Identify a market that you want to get into, like
Right.
sugar skulls, okay? Day of the Dead. And then what you're going to Google is Day of the Dead wine glass supplier, right? Or Dachshund clothing wholesale. Make sense? Or
Right.
a black cat wallet wholesale. And you start developing relationships with the suppliers that are selling products in the niches that you've identified as niches you want to serve.
Right.
So don't look for liquidation because
Got
they're just buying everything.
Okay.
Niche down. And then once you have the relationships built with them, it goes, you tell them, you train them. This is the type of stuff I'm looking for. I'm the baby market, the pet market, the linens market. I own a bedding brand. So liquidators know when they get truckloads of comforters in at a certain time of year, I'm their buyer. So you train them what you need. I hope that helps.
It helps a lot. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Anybody else have any questions?
Yes, I have a quick question.
Sure, Gordon.
What quantity of people for a niche do you consider viable to sell to, I guess?
Interesting. So quantity would be one metric, but you need to look at all of the metrics like who's buying this, why are they buying it, who else is selling product to that market, what's the competition in that market, right? And what is the keyword volume, using different keyword tools to find out how many people are searching for the types of products that you want to serve to that market. So look at the whole ecosphere. Look at the entire market, not how many people need to be. Because I don't look at people. I look at keyword research, who are my competitors, and where are the holes? What do these people want that they're not being fed? That they're not being offered? Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. What are you using for the keyword search and for the for that
platform on
metadata?
Amazon. I love merchant words on Amazon. There's keywords.io, Google Trends, Google Keyword Research Tool. There are tons of keyword research tools out there. Just Google Keyword Research Tool. There's one on Etsy that I can't think of off the top of my head, but there's a tool specifically for Etsy and eBay. And so just Google Keyword Research Tools and sign up for a couple. I have plugins on.
Sorry, Leslie just posted too that you do word tracker.
Word tracker. Here we go. And I have Epic Investors or Fanatical Niche Markets. So I have, I don't know the name of it, but I put a Chrome plugin at one point on my browser. So when I Google anything, on the right-hand side shows me keyword trends and everything. So go find that one. That's pretty cool.
Hey, Barbara, one more question. A quick question. Do you have a price point that you found is sort of optimal for bundles? Is it like 30, 40, 50 bucks or something like that? Or have you found something?
So again, I can't answer that question without knowing. You want to look at all of the metrics. So let me ask you a question. If I tried to sell this, a bundle to you for $1,000, now let me back out of that. It depends on your market. It depends what you're offering them. It depends what problem you're solving. Okay, here's an example. I had to let my brain work on that for a second. 2 years ago this month, I had a bad back injury, unloading a pallet. And I went down 2 pallets and I get almost done. And I went down on my knee and my iliopsoas was whacked. There's no other way to describe it. It was bad. So I ended up on the sofa with painkillers and all sorts of weird stuff, just not getting any relief, having to crawl to the kitchen to get tea. And right. How motivated on a scale of 1 to 10 do you think I was to solve my problem?
Very highly motivated. Mm-hmm.
I was on Amazon buying everything. I'm talking infrared massage mat with infrared stones on it for $300. I didn't care what anything costed. I had about tea for muscle spasms. It didn't matter. 10s units, whatever it was, I needed to solve that problem because my motivation to solve the problem was off the charts. Now, if my passion is little bird feeders, my motivation to buy this maybe isn't that high. So of course I'm not going to pay $100 for this, right? You have to kind of expand out that question. and apply it to the whatever bundle you've built, and now you understand the target market that you went after because you did all that target research, and you understand your competitors in that market and what the kind of the price point is in there, then you can answer the question, what should I price this at? And of course, your multiples have to be there in order to make sense for you from a profit perspective. That was a long-winded answer. I hope it helped.
Sorry, I have one more question for you. Could you give me an example of a bundle for someone that's in the services industry, such as, let's say, an entertainer, someone who plays, a musician who plays for private, for different things for hire?
So the first thing off the top of my head, being a singer. So that's kind of cool that you'd asked me that. I kind of have a little bit of a insight into that. If we were going to do a private gig, we might have an upsell, which is bundle with lighting, like premium lighting, where there'd be like flashing lights. And let's see, it could be gifts for the guests. So a CD of the music from the wedding for all of the guests could be part of the bundle, right? So when they book a gig, it's $3,000 will do your wedding, but for an extra $1,000, we'll create a USB drive for all of the guests with the wedding music or something like that. They could also partner with the photographer and do a bundle together with the photographer of the music and the photos available for purchase off the top of my head. We can talk further about it if you want to brainstorm privately.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you.
My brain's going to think on that now.
Yes.
Awesome.
Let's take one more.
All right, one more question and then we'll be good. Anybody else want to ask a question? This has been fantastic, by the way, Barbara. Thank you so much.
I just have one quick one.
Yeah, go ahead, Jody.
You mentioned you do a mock-up of things. Could you say what program you use to do that again?
I just used it about 20 minutes before the presentation. Let me show you what it looks like. I can mock up t-shirts and books. See this Ultimate Guide to Bundling? That's just an image I created in Canva. And then I mocked it up on this book using placeit.net. placeit.net. And I just bought the annual for placeit.net. Sometimes they'll have AppSumo deals where you get lifetime access. So I love placeit.net because you can do, here's another one we did, Kiss Me, I'm a Bundler. That all I did was do this little graphic and then placed it using placeit.net on her t-shirt. That's one of the models that's available there. Fun, right? It takes 2 seconds, like nothing. It's a little bit addictive. It's a little bit addictive. Cool.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you again, everyone, for joining us today. Barbara, you are just contagious. We love your creativity, your energy, how you think outside of the box, in the box, and how you decorate the box. So love it, love it, love it. Thank you all for joining us today. We will put this recording in your portal. I definitely recommend you keep watching this over and over because I was thinking several things. Even Barbara, when you started talking about the beach bags, I was like, oh, I need to get Barbara to make beach bags for all my renters for Airbnbs. And like, there's so much.
Airbnb market.
See, Airbnb market. So it just, everybody, it's the creativity of working with one another, being able to share. And so I really appreciate you all being on here today and just engaging. And Barbara, I love, love, love your ideas of how you think outside the box and you are bundling ideas. So, all right, everyone. I appreciate you all. You have an amazing evening. Let me know if you need anything, and we'll see you next time. Thanks again, Barbara.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate everybody.
All right. Bye now.